This is Berkshire Unplugged.
Across Berkshire from Reading on 95.6 B Radio, it's Charlie and Bray with Berkshire Unplugged. And Bray is actually sitting next to me this week because it's our artist takeover. It's the first show of the month, it's March. And some artists, they want the spotlight. Others just let the music speak for themselves. Tonight on Berkshire Unplugged, we're joined by a mysterious alternative artist who performs behind a mask. And he has a brand new album dropping very soon. Ghost Melody is joining us. When he arrives in the studio, we're going to be switching the lights off. And at some point, Bray's going to be doing the What's On Gig Guide. Are you?
Yep.
Okay, you can tell he's sitting next to me. And I love more. This is going to be very interesting. Stay tuned to Berkshire Unplugged.
Berkshire Unplugged.
It's Charlie and Bray on Berkshire Unplugged on B Radio with our artist takeover. Bray is pointing a camera at me, and we are joined by a mysterious alternative artist who performs behind the mask, and he has a brand new album dropping very soon. We have in the studio with us tonight Ghost Theory. Should I refer to you as Mr. Melody, or would you prefer Ghost?
Whatever's comfortable with you.
I'm not actually comfortable at the moment, but first thing is, mate, why the mask?
So about, I want to say just over a year ago, about November 24, I wanted to start uploading my music to TikTok, and I started off doing like covers and stuff, but I wasn't sure how well I was doing, so I decided I'm going to do like faceless music. I don't want anyone to know who I am, stuff like that. And then basically went from there. I decided to start writing my own songs, and then I thought, I've got to have some sort of like image. I actually went on Etsy the first time and just went through loads of masks that they have on there, and I found the original Ghost Melody mask, which I used to wear about 4 or 5 months ago.
Well, just out and about?
Yeah. No, and I wore that. That was like my image for ages, and then I not too long ago got this current one commissioned, and it's slightly different from the original, but it's still the same image that I wanted to uphold, and here we are.
Does the mask give you more confidence, would you say? Does it separate your personal life from your music? Does it feel maybe like the music is more pure because you're not identified with it?
I think so, yeah. I think it's a lot easier to sort of like express like everything through my music, as no one knows who I am. I can sort of like write songs about whatever I want. It helps me express like a lot of feelings I'm going through, and it just makes it a lot easier with what I'm producing.
How the artist takeover works, we play 3 of your tracks chosen by yourself, and then we find out a little bit more about you. So the first one we're going to play is Taste Like Heaven. What's the story behind that?
So I wrote this song about, I want to say 7 months ago. It was primarily written for my producer, but I also had a little bit of input myself with past experiences. Basically, it's about this girl that he's been crushing on for ages. It's the sort of like the perfect kind of relationship he wants out of it. And I said, you know what? I'm happy to work with you on this. I've got a few ideas about this from past relationships and experiences as well. So I sort of went from there.
And here it is, Taste Like Heaven from Ghost Melody, here on Berkshire Unplugged on B Radio. Bray, you can get off my lap now.
Summer rain on a burning day. Your lips on mine, I lose control. taste, and I know you're mine. Your love's a fire I can't escape. Just one more hit and I fade away. Oh, you taste like heaven, sweet and wild, like whiskey kisses and some cherry smiles. Every time you pull me in, I swear I'm born again. Oh, you taste like heaven and I can't complain. Lightning in my veins, I can't come down. You're the only high that I want right now. Like honey dripping off of your tongue, I'm addicted. Oh, you taste like heaven, sweet and wild, like whiskey kisses and some cherry smiles. Every time you pull me in, I swear I'm born again. Oh, you taste like heaven.
Tastes like heaven, unless you were wondering what heaven tasted like, from our guest on our artist takeover for March, Ghost Melody, here on Berkshire Unplugged on B Radio with Charlie and Bray. And is there a story behind the name of Ghost Melody? How did you come up with that?
Not a massive one, to be honest. It first started off when I first started music. I was like, I don't want anything linked to my personal life. So Ghost sort of came from an inspiration from another artist, which is I'm heavily inspired by, Boy With Uke. He's got many songs linked to being like ghosted and feeling like a ghost and stuff like that. And he's also got a song called Ghost. So I thought I'll sort of riff off of that, take inspiration from that. And I thought, why not do Ghost Melody? It sort of like shows what I want my music to be and how I want people to see it. So
you describe your sound as an alternative sound. In terms of like actual genre, would you say it's alternative, or how would you define it? Is it like a sub-genre sort of thing that you're sort of specific to?
Yeah, I feel like my genre is very mixed at the moment. I do a lot of different stuff. I'd say primarily it is alternative, but I've got quite a few pop songs, slow sort of lo-fi songs as well. I feel like it's just a mix of everything at the moment. I'm just sort of deciding what I want to stick to.
Does wearing a mask in specific influence any way that you write or perform, or does it hinder anything, maybe, wearing it?
I think it makes writing a lot easier. So there's stuff in my songs that I can sort of talk about that I wouldn't talk about without the mask. It sort of like helps me express it a lot more. And I think it just shows everyone how I am, sort of not as a person, but as my own thing. I'm not just like a face, I am myself. And I think Ghost Melody is what I sort of want to be, sort of be like, this is me. I'm not just a random person on the street. This is who I am.
Ghost Melody is going to stay with us here on Berkshire Unplugged on B Radio.
This is Berkshire Unplugged.
I don't know why I was going to whisper. It's because the lights are off in the studio. It's Charlie and Bray on B Radio with Berkshire Unplugged. It's our artist takeover, which we do on the first show of every month. And I'll say I'm all right now with our guest. It's a very unique guest. It's Ghost Melody, who's still with us in the studio. You're based in Reading, right? Did you grow up in Reading?
Sort of. I was born in Reading, and up until I was about 5, I was raised in Henley on Thames. Ever since then, I've been around Berkshire and Reading.
What do you think about the music scene in? See, when I say Berkshire, it's just like people by default think straight away of Reading, so I try not to be Reading centric.
At the moment, I've only recently started getting more public with my music. The past, or pretty much for the whole of 25, I've been doing it primarily on like TikTok and Instagram, and I've only recently sort of been like pushing myself out there, going to like radio stations, contacting like pubs and stuff for gigs. But at the moment, it seems to be turning out great. I mean, I'm here, so Yeah, at the moment, it's going well.
You said a minute ago that you've been messaging, you've been thinking about messaging pubs and anything. So does that mean you've played any local venues yet at all, or are you still keeping things a little bit more on the mysterious side and pushing yourself out soon?
I haven't yet. I am planning on doing a few soon, but at the moment, even though I am still pushing myself out there, I feel like at the moment, get all my albums out, get all my new singles out that are coming up soon, and then just sort of take it from there.
Are you going to perform with the mask on or off?
I'm to be honest, I haven't decided that yet.
Good. Keep them guessing. Keep us guessing. So what we're going to do is we're going to play another one of your tracks that you've chosen, One of a Kind, which I really like. What's the story behind that?
So that is written for my girlfriend, Erin. Yeah, everything about that. It took me about 1 month to write because I had to make sure that everything was perfect for it. And this is actually one of the very few songs that I primarily produced myself. Normally I've got my own producer who does most of my beats and stuff like that. But this song, majority of it was produced by me. So I think this was the longest song that I ever sort of made. It took ages to sort of come up with the beat and the lyrics for it. Everything about it's for my girlfriend, you know. It's sort of like my gift to her as soon as she found out I was an artist. So.
And here it is, One of a Kind from Ghost Melody here on Berkshire Unplugged on B Radio. One of a Kind here on Berkshire Unplugged on B Radio with Charlie and Bray, and our artist takeover guest for March, the very unique Ghost Melody. Now, the one thing I noticed when you first sent your songs in to us, and you just touched on it just now, actually, your songs are very short. Was that did you make them deliberately short, or
originally? I'm still quite new to music, so originally, short songs were the easiest. They're the easiest to write lyrics for, the easiest to sort of come up with like album covers, stuff like that. I have recently been working on longer ones. I think my longest at the moment is either Before It All Fades to Black or Out My Head. So yeah, I am currently working on longer songs at the moment. I've got 2 singles coming out sort of like May time, so they will be a lot longer than other songs like Taste Like Heaven and stuff like that.
When it comes to songwriting, what is your sort of style? Are you a bit more like you just do it different every time? Is it lyrics first? Is it you get the beat going and then you write the lyrics for it? Or, what feels right? How do you do it?
Pretty much every song that I've worked on, it's always been beat first and then lyric, because I can sort of like get like a tempo in my head. I can sort of get the rhythm going and then sort of like work off the individual verses off of that. But I am working on a song at the moment with my producer, Ground Zeroes, and I'm actually writing the lyrics first, and we're going to see how that one turns out with the beat after that. And yeah, hopefully turns out a lot better than some of the others.
They're all good, mate. They are all good. Ghost Melody is with us here on Berkshire Unplugged on B Radio. And if like Ghost, that's his first name. I actually know what your first name is, but we'll reveal that a bit later on. And if like Ghost Melody, who sent his music in to us here on the show, we'll be giving you the contact details and how to do that next.
This is Berkshire Unplugged.
It's Berkshire Unplugged on B Radio with Charlie and Bray, and we are in the middle of our artist takeover with Ghost Melody. And if like Ghost Melody, if you're an artist from Berkshire and the surrounding areas, maybe you're in a band, maybe you're a singer-songwriter, maybe you're a hip-hop artist, or maybe you are a unique artist like Ghost Melody himself, you've got one question, haven't you, about getting your music into us. How'd you go about doing that, Bray boy? Tell us.
He's chucked them over the side! I can't believe it, The Undertaker's back! He's back! He's back! From the dead, the undead man!
You can go to bradio.co.uk/on-air/Berkshire Unplugged. That's bradio.co.uk/on-air/Berkshire Unplugged.
And from out of nowhere!
I have no idea what's happened. No, I actually think Bray has been possessed by Ghost Melody. Oh dear. Get your music into us at bradio.co.uk/on-air/Berkshire Unplugged.
Berkshire Unplugged.
It's Charlie and Bray on B Radio with Berkshire Unplugged and our artist takeover for March with Ghost Melody. So I see you've still got the mask on, which looks pretty sick, to be fair. I might have to go on myself. If you had to remove the mask for one artist collaboration, who would it be with and why?
I would have to sort of like narrow it down to, I'd say 2. There's 2 that I'd narrow it down to. One of them would definitely be Boy With Uke, mainly because he is pretty much the entire reason I started doing music. Every song he's released I've enjoyed, and I've sort of based a few around his as well. And without the music he's sort of given us, I wouldn't be doing music today. The other one I'd have to say is James Marriott. Again, his music has heavily inspired some of my songs, and it's just crazy to think that he started off just doing like YouTube and stuff, which I used to do as a teenager. And that he just made like a massive name for himself. So I think those 2 are definitely the 2 that I would do a face reveal for, yeah.
In your own definition, what would you say success looks like for you? More Spotify streams, selling out gigs, or something else? What would it be?
I think it's, for me, it's a whole mix of things. Recently, my Spotify streams have gone up like a lot. If you ask me like a week or 2 ago, I would have had about 49 Spotify streams. And this morning I checked, I was nearly at 500 monthly listeners, which is, for me, is like amazing. I would also like like selling out a lot of gigs as well, because that where you can physically see your listeners and like see how much appreciation you've got in person. So I think definitely like a lot of like gigs and stuff, just seeing how much impact I can make and seeing how many people actually like listening to my music.
And we're going to play one more track of yours on the Artist Takeover. Before It All Fades to Black, what's that all about?
So that was written as the final track for my album Black Hoodie Theory. It's sort of like a double meaning. It's the simple way, it's just the end of the album. It's, you know, it's all come to an end. It's sort of like the end of an era as well for me. So it's all fading to black. It's also got a more like intense meaning. So like everything around me sort of like relationship wise is all sort of like dulling out. It's all fading away. And I think it works well as the ending song of the album. It was actually the second song I wrote for the album and finished producing. Even though there's about 8 songs on the album, it was one of the first ones that came to mind, just because of how easy it was to write the lyrics for and how easily I worked with the beat itself.
And here it is, Before It All Fades to Black, from Ghost Melody. Why am I whispering? Here on Butcher Unplugged on B Radio.
I lit a match just to feel the heat, dancing in the dark with my own defeat. You call me out like a warning sign, but I ignored the cracks in the exit line. I talk in circles, trip on my breath, chasing ghosts in the mirror till there's nothing left. You said you're running, but you're not okay, and I laughed like it's all just a game that I play. Now my thoughts lay bleeding out of chrome, staring at the screen, but I feel alone. If this is the calm, then where's the storm? If this is healing, why am I torn? Something, anything, before it all fades to black, before the silence starts to sing, and there's no way back. Hold me like you need goodbye, like we're just sparks in a static sky. I need a reason, just one life before it all fades to black.
Before It All Fades to Black, here on Berkshire Unplugged on B Radio with Charlie and Bray, and our Artist Takeover for March with Ghost Melody. You got a new album coming out. What can we expect from that?
I would say expect a lot of different music. Recently, my past few albums, they've sort of been quite standard and short, the songs. I'd say definitely expect longer songs, sort of more in-depth meaning to the songs as well, and more sort of like planned out. A lot of my previous music has sort of been like, I wouldn't say rushed, but it hasn't been as well produced as it could have been. I've definitely taken a lot of time with this album, and I think it is sort of what I was aiming for and what I'm proud of.
After this album, have you got any plans for what's next? Or are you just going to release the album, see how it does, and then go with the flow from there?
I've got a few plans. For one, I want to start doing a lot more music videos. At the moment, I've only got 2 music videos out. So I sort of want to make my figure more well-known. And I just want to sort of like make myself more public, you know, see how many people I can get interested in it and how recognizable I can be.
So with that, are you saying that we'll see you performing live in Berkshire soon?
Oh, I hope so.
Where can we find you on the socials, and where can we stream your music as well?
So on Instagram, TikTok and Facebook, I am the official Ghost Melody. And then it's just Ghost Melody on Spotify, Apple Music and Amazon Music.
Lovely. Well, I feel quite relaxed now, well, I would say. A very unique artist has blessed us with his presence tonight here on Berkshire Unplugged on B Radio. Ghost Melody, and all that's left for you to do now is to do your face reveal. Hang on a minute, you owe me money. You live down the Oxford Road. Thank you so much for coming into Berkshire Unplugged on B Radio, and for doing the artist takeover with myself and Bray, and we will definitely be following your journey.
Berkshire Unplugged.
It's Charlie and Bray on B Radio. Thank you very much for listening to the Berkshire Unplugged artist takeover for March with the unique artist from Berkshire, Ghost Melody. Absolutely memorable. Give us a follow on the socials, B Radio UK, whatever you're doing. Have a good week, and we're back next Sunday night from 7 o'clock here on B Radio.
This is Berkshire Unplugged.